What is happening? So in today's video, I want to talk about the red flags that come up on the first date. First of all, so you don't do them, as well as what people, both guys and girls, really don't like when they're meeting you. So stay tuned. I'm also going to be going over some incredible tips to make any date a really amazing time. All right, let's check it out. Hey, it's Felipe here with Social Buddha, and I've asked a lot of guys, a lot of women, what were the red flags that they spotted, as well as what were the green flags that they really enjoyed about a specific type of date. I asked specifically for first dates, so here's what they said. So the number one thing that both guys and girls have mentioned that is the biggest turnoff when they're out on a date is when the person is rude, whether they're rude towards the wait staff, people in general, and that sort of thing. It's a big turnoff, so don't do it. So it's okay to be friendly, to be engaging with the wait staff or with other people in general and be social. A word of warning though, you want to obviously be paying attention to your date and not be overly engaged with anybody else outside of your date. But other than that, nothing wrong with being friendly, nothing wrong with being engaging with people. All right, so the second thing that came up a lot from both men and women that it was a big turnoff on their date was when someone is speaking bad about their ex or about the opposite sex or whatever. When they've never really healed or have a lot of baggage or complain a lot, that is a big turnoff. So again, you want to avoid that, and you want to be actually working on yourself before you're going on dates and that kind of stuff. It's always good to have a positive energy and a positive outlook, as well as not be bashing your ex while on your first date. So this brings me to a very important thing to talk about, which is mindset. When you are actually going out on a date, you want to have the right mindset. You want to also have worked on yourself, any kind of past breakups or heartbreaks and all that kind of stuff. Any emotional drama you might be carrying, you want to take care of it before you start dating. That's why I always recommend that you want to take a break from dating if you've gone through a breakup or that kind of stuff, just so that you deal with your own stuff prior to getting into another thing and repeating the same pattern or making it worse for yourself. Other than that, mindset-wise, have no expectations. Just go out, just to have a great time. For me, my own personal perspective is like I feel like a TV host, just having a good time, being interested in the person in front of me and cracking jokes here and there. And other than that, I'm just enjoying my time. There's no expectations other than just having a good time. And in that way, every single day will turn out fantastic. It'll be a rarity if ever there's anything awkward or weird. So worst thing that can happen, you have a new friend or you have a great time, regardless of if you connect emotionally, physically, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. So that's the mindset. All right, so the third red flag the most men and women pointed out was when guys and girls are on their phone. So they're not present, they're not listening, and they seem like they're being just rude. And so again, it goes back to the number one flag, which was rudeness. Have some courtesy, guys. If you are not feeling it for the person in front of you, at least have the courtesy to be polite and not be on your phone or not be distracted or engage with someone else. Just be there, present for the time that you're there, even if it's for a cup of coffee or a drink, something like that. Now, let's say that you do like the person in front of you. You want to make sure you're, again, completely present and you're not, fantasizing in your head in terms of how great it would be like to be with this person and so on, or how nervous you are. Again, breathe, relax, listen, ask questions, make eye contact, smile, have a good time, and just be interested, as a person. Who are they? Be interested in that way. And do that. That is definitely a green flag for most people. That if someone is interested in you, you're gonna find them very interesting. All right. So the fourth red flag when it comes to first dates is more pertaining to men. So don't assume that if you're on a date or if they're liking you, that you're gonna take them home, or that you need to talk about sex or that kind of stuff. One of the number one things that women talked about when I asked them about what is a red flag for you is, again, assuming that you're gonna have sex with them, or that or just talking about sex in over and over and over again. There is a different context if you joke around, if you banter, and some sexual innuendo type of stuff, sprinkle here and there. That's acceptable if you know how to do it. Other than that, abstain from sex talk and abstain from just assuming that and that you're gonna go home with them right away and all that kind of stuff, or pushing it to that. It can be a big turnoff. All right, before I give you the final tip, check out my website. There's a link down below. There is a free course that takes you, into everything, including mindset, including how to be more social and friendly, which is what we talked about as one of the big red flags, as well as how to conduct yourself in a first date and what mindset to have. So if that interests you, there's a link below with that free course. It's about, mindset. It's about socializing, and it's about having an amazing dating life. All right, the final tip is pretty straightforward. It's about where to go, what kind of venue, and what kind of scenario you want to put yourself into when it comes to dating. Especially if you're a guy, you're going to be leading this. And if anything, maybe giving the woman some options on what to pick. But other than that, you should be choosing. So you want a place, especially for a first date, you want a place that's low-key, like a cafe that maybe has some wine or some drinks or something like that, in case you want to have a drink or just coffee, that kind of stuff. That's casual, that you can have one drink, and if she's not feeling it or if he's not feeling it, you can just say, hey, make up some kind of reason why you have to go and excuse, and politely excuse yourself, as well as having a plan afterwards to potentially, if you like each other, maybe go on to a next place or have another drink there. But again, casual. Definitely, as most people would say, don't do dinner. You're there with each other. If you don't like each other for an hour, 2 hours, you're there for that. Unless, I know sometimes women are, can be like, all right, well, it's free dinner. But again, especially if you're a guy listening to this, do not do dinner dates. And I think it's also for women. I mean, you don't want to be stuck with someone you might not be clicking with for an hour, 2 hours. So again, those are the tips. Those are the main red flags that people are talking about when it comes to first dates. So any questions, put them down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos on spirituality, on dating, and socializing. So we'll talk to you soon.